Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my Creative Time with Emma, and also welcome to another Tag It Tuesday. Today, my team and I are creating a variety of different tags, and this is my favorite thing to make. So if you've been following me for quite some time, I love creating tags over cards. Don't get me wrong, I love making cards, but tags are my absolute favorite. So today we are creating a tag, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the products I'm using. I'm using my newer set here, I'll Never Let You Go, because I just cannot get over these adorable bunnies, and we're going to use these bunnies again. And then I'm using the sentiment from my other favorite set, Ears to You, and I'm using the sentiment, wishing you a very happy Easter that is filled with love and happiness. And then I'm using my other one of my favorite, my scallop egg dies, and I'm making a big tag die with the bigger scallop and this little stitched one right next to that. And then I'm also using my stitched grass die. I left this in here for a reason, because I'm going to show you what I did. Okay, so I'm using this as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and get these little guys colored in first. So what I did, I went ahead and I stamped them, I should say, using my Ranger, of course my favorite Ranger archival ink, and I'm using Shadow Gray. That's what I used to stamp them. And then I just went ahead and just grabbed a marker. Oh, I hope this one's waterproof. Let's see. If not, I might have to redo this. Well, I used this one right here. This is just a zig black. It's permanent ink, so let's see if it starts bleeding. So what I did was I just used this black marker to color in the eyes again, so they won't be so light in their little noses. So I didn't think about looking at that. So we're gonna go ahead and start coloring, and then we'll see if it starts like, you know, like bleeding or whatever. We are definitely going to switch. I'm gonna have to stamp them again and use a different black marker that actually says waterproof, and I do have one too. See, now this one here says waterproof, so let's put this aside just in case we need to redo this. Okay, so in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and get our cutie patootie little bunnies colored in. So I'm just using this little water brush here, make sure. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna color in the little ears first. Okay, so we're just coloring, of course we're using my Zig Clean color, and this is called Pale Pink. We're just going to go ahead and color in the little earsies first. Let's go ahead and do that. Let me put some water on here again, just in case it dried up. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that first. Oh, it did not dry up, so that's a good thing. Alright. Okay, so we have the little ears colored in. And now let's go ahead and, I kind of want to keep them white. So we're just going to go ahead and shadow the outside of them using this light gray. So we're going to go ahead, let's start from the bottoms first, because I don't want to smear anything up there, and I don't want to put my heat tool to this either, because sometimes I just like the way the watercolor dries naturally rather than putting a heat tool to it. So let's just go ahead and start from the bottom and then work our way up, because hopefully by that time they'll be dry. Okay, so let's go ahead and start this. And I'm just doing I'm just kind of just putting down just a little bit of ink. Nothing too crazy. Because like I said, I only want to shadow it. Just like so. Yeah, I think that should do. Yeah, just like that. I don't want to overdo it. Actually, just put a little bit more on his little cutie hand there. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and start. Let's feel that. That should be all right to go. You know what? Actually, no, I'm not going to mess with that just yet. Let's go ahead and start on him. we're going to go ahead and start shadowing this little guy in as well. I'm going to give it that little extra time to dry there. And let's go ahead and use this. And the paper I'm using, I believe it's Canon. I'm almost positive, but I'll double check for you. I'll do one just a little bit darker. Okay, so let's just go ahead and kind of blend this in a little bit more here. There we go. Just like, so you see how I did him just a hint darker. Okay, so let's go ahead and just get up to our little guy here. I'm going to do the top portion. Okay, I'm praying this doesn't, that our little eyeball and the little guy doesn't run there. Like the little ink, I hope it doesn't run. Praying, crossing my fingers. Okay, so let's go ahead and just do that. I want to put a little bit more water here. Alright. I don't want it to come out too dark. Alright, so let's go ahead and leave it like so. Okay, that's perfect. And like it's you could barely see it, but like I said, I only wanted to shadow them in. I didn't want to color them in dark. Like any darker gray, because I did that with my other bunnies I colored last week. So I just wanted to shadow these guys. So let's go ahead and get that and color this in. Okay, just like so. Okay, just like that. We're going to go ahead and leave him, we're going to leave them alone. We're just going to, I don't want to mess with it again. I think they came out perfect. So we are going to, oops, let me find the correct cover for these. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? I forgot to put, let's give them some little cheeks. Okay, and I'm just using the pale pink again for the little cheekies. So let's go ahead and just kind of blend that in just a tad. And same with this guy over here. And blend that as well. There we go, perfect. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get these back on. Find the cover. Oh, here we go. Okay, so now let's go ahead and put them aside so they could go ahead and hang out there while we put the egg together. Okay, so here we go right here. So we are going to go ahead and let's go ahead and stamp the sentiment on here first. And I didn't want to use, you know, a dark ink, so I figured I'm going to go ahead and use, and it is a little bit darker, but darker than that shadow gray, but lighter than black. So this is called Watering Can, and that's what we're going to use to stamp the sentiment on here, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to go ahead, and again, I'm using that sentiment from the Ears to You stamp set, which I love that you can mix and match all of my, you know, all of my products, to the old with the new. That's what I love to do, because I like for you all, I like using my old products, because I had someone say I don't use my new products enough, but I like to use all of them, because I don't want you guys to think that I want you all to think, you know, get your money's worth. You can go back to use them. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this stamped on here. Oops. Perfect. You see how that's not so dark and it's not so light? I love it. Okay, so now I'm telling you, Ranger ink is the best. I love it because you never have to go back and re-stamp it. Okay, sometimes you do. If I mess up, but sometimes I do, or if my little pad's not, you know, all the way filled up with lots of ink. Okay, so now what I did was I went ahead and I cut out this first, okay? And this is what it looks like when it gets cut out. The stitching is at the bottom. So we're going to kind of put this right at the bottom of the yellow portion here. And then what I did was, you see how I cut it out? Okay, and then this part was kind of in there like a little puzzle. I took this part out and I'm going to turn this upside down, and we're going to use that as a layer underneath the egg, okay? I mean, not underneath the egg, underneath the other dye here, just so we can have a little bit more grass in there. Okay, so let's put this a little bit lower. Let's put it a little bit lower again. Just want to make sure you could see that. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do it like, hold on, I'm not liking the placement here. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a little pencil mark here so I'll know where to line this dye up when I go to glue that down. And let's just go ahead and do it now. Let me grab some, I'm just going to use this here, my multi-medium matte adhesive. Let me move. I'm going to, no, let's go ahead and do this first. I'm going to go ahead and just add some adhesive like so. Actually, I could have used my tape runner, but that's okay. Let's just go ahead and I already put this down. I'm going to put this like so. Okay. You know what I should have done? Let me grab a little paintbrush here. Let's see. I want to take these little, see how they have the extra little, the little paper hairs, I guess you call them. You know how sometimes when you cut, see I ran it through twice, so it kind of cut out a little bit of the extra. Oopsie. You see my little thing just chipped here. Okay. Those extra little hairs, so just get a little rough paintbrush. I don't know, that's what works for me. There we go. See how they're gone? All those little extra little hairs are gone now. Okay, so now we are going to put this one on here. This is going to layer right on top of there, and it's going to be right at the edge right there. And this, I'm going to use my tape runner for this. Make sure this stays on. It's going to go on like so. And then we're going to go ahead and just give these a little trim. Oopsie. Going to go ahead and just give these a little trim around the egg here so they could be even. I hope I'm in the camera. Okay. Sorry, this video might be a little bit longer than my usual because I did decide a color for you. And you know I'm not a fast colorer. Okay, so trying to cut that out the best I could. And I'm going to hold on to these little pieces because I can use them for something. Okay, so now that we have that together there, now that's what I really wanted to do. So now let's go ahead and adhere this down. I'm not going to pop this up. I'm just going to go ahead and just put it straight onto the actual scallop portion egg, the scalloped egg there. So let me just move that up. There we go. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and just adhere this onto here. What I love about Easter is that you could use, there's so many beautiful colors. I love all the pastel colors. You could even do brighter colors, like little softer colors. Okay, I think, there's something on here that's just bothering me. Maybe that's just a little stain. I'm not sure, but we're just going to leave it alone. Okay, so now what we're going to do, well, we could go ahead and let's pop these little guys up. Let me grab some pop dots right now. We're going to pop them up mainly at the top because I kind of want them to kind of go in between the grass, if that makes sense. Make sure I have plenty on here so these won't fall apart. Okay. Let me go ahead and take all of these off. And then we're going to add, we're going to add the little Easter eggs. Oh, I'm going to put a little string on here as well. Okay, just like so. And then now, let me grab my little tweezers here. We're going to go ahead and randomly put the little eggs here. Maybe we'll put one, let's put one right here. I don't want to put it, let's pop this up as well. Let me grab my, hopefully those pop dots are small enough for this. If not, we'll trim them down. Will they work? Let's see. Oh yeah, that'll work. We're going to put one there. And we will put a yellow one as well. Let me try and make sure that's the front. Okay. Okay, there. And then the last one we're going to go ahead and pick up there. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and arrange these like so at the bottom of the grass here. Put one there. I think 3 little eggs is perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some glitter on these eggs. Why not? Let's make them look super cute. Let me grab my glitter really quick. Okay, so I went ahead, I added those, and I'm just going to use some glossy accents here. We could just leave them alone after I put the glossy accents, but I don't want to. I want to add some glitter to them. So I'm just going to quickly put this on because I don't want it to dry in between each one. And then there you go ahead and do that. And then what we're going to use is my favorite little chunky glitter dye. That was a chunky glitter dye, but it's just I just call it the chunky glitter. And you could get this from Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Michael's. You could get it from all. So I am just going to go ahead and put those on like so. And I know you're probably thinking, she put way too much. But trust me, I like to salvage this stuff since it's my favorite. So I just kind of like shake it off on this paper here. And that looks super duper cute. Ooh, I almost dropped the main thing here. So what I do is I just make sure my paper is folded. And then we're just going to drop it in, right back in here. Just like so. Alright, let's get that out of here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add some glossy accents to their eyes. You know, to make them shiny, to make them pop a little bit. Let me just put this on there really quick. Okay, we're going to add glossy accents to the eyes and to the nose, just like so. But it looks like there's a little bit, I put a little bit too much on the nose here, so let's go ahead and take some of this off, like so. And even around this eyeball here. So I'm just using this right here. I think this is called an embossing tool. Okay, I'm not using it for what it's supposed to be meant to be for, but it's okay. But I'm still using it, I'm making use out of it. Okay, so there goes that. And then now what we're going to do, I'm just going to grab my little 1/8 inch punch right here. Let me see. And we're going to go ahead and just make a hole. Hopefully that's in the center. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and make a hole here. Then I'm going to grab some, hopefully I have some green color twine here. Let me grab that really quick. Okay, I didn't have my green color twine, but I did have this one on my desk. So instead of trying to search and waste time and look for the other one, we're just going to go ahead and just use this white one I have here. Oops, got stuck on my ring. Hold on. So all I do is just fold it in half like so. Okay, and then I just put this through here, through the little hole, and then just loop it through like so. Super simple, nothing special. And that is it, everyone. That is my tag for you for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I think it came out super duper cute. Go ahead and visit my blog at www.creativetimeforme.com to see what the rest of my amazing team has for you today. And that's it. So thank you all for all of your orders. Everything went out this morning. We could not let anything go out yesterday since it was a holiday. So everything went out this morning that came through so far as of yesterday. So that's it, everybody. Thank you so very much for stopping by. Have a fabulous day, and I will see you all back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.